If I could hear my father's voice, he would tell me to move on. He would say I'll be just fine. Yeah, he would tell me we have time, time to laugh and time to heal. Our favorite song is on repeat, drinking wine until the dawn, knowing soon we'll be back home. Ooh, I'm thinking about you. Ooh, I'm wishing that you knew.
So, what is that big silver thing in your kitchen? Y'all seen my wife pulling the pea shoots out of there in one of the videos, and you saw the microgreens growing. It was all purple with the grow lights. Basically, just my little microgreen grower. It's based off of the idea from a grow tent. If you look up a hydroponic grow tent, is a reflective tent that's put into a closet so you can grow vegetables hydroponically. Now I just did this one shelf up here to grow microgreens in, and I figured this would be a good time to show y'all because last week we grew bean sprouts. We did the display, we prepped up some for shooting the video, so those were ready to go. And instead of putting those in a wastebasket like we did during the video and like we usually do to keep them in the dark, I figured since we took these microgreens out and we're using the microgreens out there in the garden, you know, it's really nice outside, it's wonderful weather. We're planting the microgreens in the downspouts. This was empty, and it was dark, the perfect spot for the bean sprouts. So this would be a good time to show you guys because you're not going to be blinded by the grow lights. So take a look. Basically, reflective material. This is insulation that they use in the building that you can get from Home Depot. Comes in 12, 24, 48 inch rolls. We took the 24 inch roll. That was all we needed. I think 20 or 30 bucks, but it's basically bubble wrap lined with foil on both sides, and nothing fancy. Just cut little holes, zip tied panels all the way around, all 6 sides. Even the clip, it's just a little office clip, just a book to hold the top on, and there it is. Like I said, everything's zip tied on. Even the grow lights. This is my LED strip grow light. You know, that's what I had for now, was a little cheap $20 one off of Amazon. When that burns out, I'll probably get one from Brad at Hidden Harvest Grow Lights, but for right now I have that, and a little clamp light from Home Depot. It's got a daylight LED bulb in there so that it doesn't get too warm in here, and a little ventilation is the fan, zip tied on too. Everything's zip tied so that if I decide I don't want this in the kitchen anymore, I can just cut all the zip ties, roll it up, and save it till next winter. But right now it was working wonderful for the bean sprouts, so I might leave it up and alternate between bean sprouts and microgreens. We'll talk about those in a minute, but basically that's all that is. It's just this material zip tied on everywhere except for the bottom. This one's not zip tied on because if you're growing like your sunflower sprouts and the little hulls fall off and it gets all over the place, it gets to be a little mess, you can take this and just carry it outside, dump it in your compost pile, wipe it off, and put it back in. So I left that one not zip tied. Everything else is got a little access port over here. I didn't zip tie that either because I had to get in here twice a day and rinse him off. So I left that so that I could just reach in there, grab him, rinse him, and put him back. But if you want to, you could zip tie that too. But so if you have any questions about that, let me know. In the meantime, that's the microgreen grower, my new favorite way to grow bean sprouts, because I just covered it up just like we do on microgreens. Didn't do anything to it. 5 days later, I got bean sprouts. It could probably go 6-7 days and still be all right. I left that lid on because it looks like it's holding them all together instead of them falling over. But I'll take you in for a real close-up and let you know, show you why I love this. Check it out. The roots growing down here, right? Hasn't used any water. You know, barely any water, because I fill that right to the top, set this on top of it, The roots grew down here. This stays dry. This stays moist. This is a sprout. This is a microgreen. Because this stays wet all the time, there's a higher chance for bacteria growth in that. And there's less chance for bacteria growth on there. And you're cutting it off right there. So this one I had to take them rinsed twice a day. This one I've done nothing to. So that looks awesome. Set you back up. Zoom in. So big tangled mess if you like, or let's pull that off. Yeah, that looks great. Just pull one of these guys out here. I don't want to tear them up or anything, but let's go and pull one of these guys out. Looky there. Looky there. Let me see if I can focus on that. Like we said, roots, you're gonna go, it's about an inch up where that lid is. That goes into your compost. And what you're left with is that wonderful straight bean sprout. That looks just gorgeous. So if you have a soup, you toss a handful of those on, it looks really nice, crunchy, different texture. Toss that in your salads, put that in your spring rolls, and then you don't have a big tangled mess like that. Where you're gonna have like a stir fry and you're gonna be mixing them up and heating them up, that might be okay. But I love that. That's why that's my new favorite way to grow bean sprouts. So they're doing some landscaping outside. You can hear the saws going. They're cutting down trees. So I'm gonna end this here. I'm gonna link David's channel down below. Catch you all next time. Live to inspire. Keep on growing.
If I could hear my father's voice